Check it. Turn me up a little bit on the mic.
ECSports, this isn't a face of someone that's happy to be back because of what happened. Now, as a Bears fan, you get used to the ebbs and the flows and the ebbs and the flows. But at some point, which isn't now, we're not there yet, you have to have some semblance of an idea of what your team is. We got people just already jumping ship. And those aren't what we call fans. Those are called Chicago fans because they're not fans here. They want everything to just come. You know what? Who cares that it's a brand new coach? Who cares that Caleb has a new offense to learn? He should be learning it immediately. You know who would have learned? Dyson Bagent. That's how they are. Growing up here from the south side of Chicago for over 40 years, that's what I'm used to. That's why patience is a virtue as a Chicago sports fan. Now, has every single team in this city won a championship in my lifetime? It actually has. I have seen the Bears win in 85. I saw the White Sox win in, I believe, 05. I don't really care about the White Sox. The Cubs won in 15. And we all know about the Bulls in the 90s. But being here, bro, even the Chicago, what are they? The Storm? I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. The Chicago Sky won a ring too. However, like I was saying, trying to make a point, it does not matter. We are title town. We win rings and no one cares. So with all of that being said, we have to make sure that we curb the so-called enthusiasm that we had as Bears fans to make everyone understand that it takes time, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a clip. It's about 2 straight minutes of crash out after the game. Courtesy, I'll put the name on the screen, but it's just like, this is what our fan base is like. Take a look.
See what these Bears fans been dealing with now.
Well, there was way too many penalties on the Bears tonight.
Bro, fuck Cairo Santos. I need you off my fucking team, bro. You keep kicking these fucking line drives, bro. And these fucking refs suck, gang. I've never seen a fucking pass interference thrown for a fucking pass that's overthrown 15 fucking yards. Are you serious? And then fucking hold on, Darnell, right? Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. Review these fucking refs, NFL.
Well, we suck. That's the problem. We suck.
Caleb Williams is pretty bad.
J.J. McCarthy sucks ass too, but we apparently can't beat him either. Fuck the Bears. I don't know what the fuck to do at this point.
Not too happy, I'll tell you that. The Bears offense looked like dog in the second half.
Bears are terribly run since 1979 when we lost Muggs.
I think Williams needs to learn the offense a lot better.
We're back, and by we're back, I mean there we go again. How disappointing. Go figure. Caleb, yikes. Kind of wish they started Tyson. Whatever.
Jenny McCaskey killed her brother to gain majority stake of the Bears. It's a terrible thing. She should not be celebrated.
I really feel like the refs gave us very bad calls. I feel like we lost 135 yards. Yeah, there were 35 yards of penalties, but I really feel like we lost a touchdown there. And you know what? It was just poor reffing. And the man in the white hat, let's go find him. Internet, help us find him and ruin his career.
Very disappointed. I bet on the Vikings. I'm sorry. I'm sick of looking at the same team the last 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring Rex Grossman back.
The Bears are fucking.
I hated that game, and I hate the Bears, and I hate me for falling for it again, year after year.
And it seemed like they almost took it, but they couldn't. The momentum just went down.
I think the game was great if you're a Minnesota Vikings fan. I think Josh Jacobs is a horrible waste of money, one of the worst right guards I've ever seen play. Offensive line's still terrible. Play calling is bad. Caleb's the guy, but didn't look good tonight again. And I mean, missed opportunities in the first quarter, second quarter, both. They should have been up 21-3 at half, probably, right? So Very disappointed, obviously. I just can't stand the thought of tomorrow, this is the Sports Talk Radio, and it's going to be Bajent this and Bajent that, and it wouldn't have been much different. But they couldn't stop the run. They couldn't run block for crap. I mean, it's awful. You can't run the ball, you're going to have problems. That's what happened in the second half. They can focus the pass the whole time.
Give me Tyson Bajent now. Ben Johnson, take a lesson. Caleb's beat. Get him out of the game.
Bears suck. Same old Bears.
We weak as hell.
I'm 23 years old, and I've never seen this team win in person.
I don't know what y'all got Caleb doing, but I can't believe we gave up Justin Fields for him.
Bear down. It's about all.
So as you see, that's the issue. And then like I get things sent to me because I'm like that guy where you ever been that guy where something happens and I'm the first person they think about because I talk about Caleb really well. As you guys watch, that's my quarterback. I'm rolling with him. Justin's gone for a reason, et cetera, et cetera. So I got guys sending me memes and, messages. What's up with your guy? I even post because, yes, I am, upset that we lost, but, in a fun way, knowing that we'll be back next week. Everybody thinks Detroit's going to come out and whoop our ass. But how did they look this week against Green Bay? Not so well, did they? So we just have to make sure that everybody understands, and they won't. The Bears fans won't. They understand that, we have a lot of time and it takes patience and effort. Now, the game itself, obviously, it started very, very well. We came out, won the first drive, did very well. Caleb did the Caleb throw, running to the sideline and completing that pass to Rome. And that's just a pass that is just phenomenal. And I don't like that word, but I use phenomenal because, bro, he's running full speed towards the sideline, and he just darts it right to Rome Odunze. That's how a quarterback should throw. But nope, not Chicago fans. Tyson Bajent could have done better. It's frustrating. Now, throughout the game, you see some mistakes by the line consistently. That's a little scary, We couldn't get the run game started. As much as our running game, with Swift, he was doing his best. He was trying. And it was a wall up there. So Caleb had to, do a lot of running, throwing, trying to get the offense out. And what I don't like is like how all of these situations happen where now all of a sudden Caleb is, all of these stories come out. He's dyslexic and, it's just like, it's like starting and I don't understand where this comes from, but as far as the game goes, it's like, all right, we get another penalty back. I think we got 135 yards in penalties. A lot from our linemen. Now, some of those plays we can roll back and be like, are we serious? Really? And then there's other plays like the pass interference on Stevenson, and it's just like, bro, what are we doing? Now, another thing that I look at, sometimes, yeah, it's cool. Like, he comes from Detroit. He has that Detroit, like, mentality of just go for it. But sometimes, like, when you're starting, especially new as a coach, brand new to the city, just get the points, bro. Like, get the kick, go up by 10 or go up by 7 again. I forgot where we were in that point where we decided to go for it and missed. Get the points, put the points on the board, build from there. I know you got a lot of plays in the playbook, but let's play them within the 3-down territory because anything after that, you're going to go back and think like, dang, what if we would have kicked that field goal? Or what if we would have allowed Caleb to run this play instead of that play? There's so many different things that you want to, run to. But as the Bears fan, a real one, it is frustrating hearing all of that vitriol after the game. After one game, bro, it was just one game. And we were just over get Bajent out there. Someone said, like, bring Rex Grossman back, bro. Rex Grossman's been, like, I don't even have to say it, but it's just like, this is what we're talking about now, guys. Like, you're not even going to give him 5 to 6 games before we start chopping the block. Now, Miami, on the other hand, yeah, I could see that. Like, they looked awful. But overall, like, the whole game, were you really that dissatisfied with the Bears? Like, how many games did we have where we weren't even in the damn game? And we were just like, oh, here's another one. So we were winning. And it just seemed like the second half, we were more so playing not to lose. And that showed, it wasn't as bad as the Buffalo Baltimore game, but you let a guy come into his hometown, make that stupid face walking off the field, stupid because I'm a Bears fan. I like the kid, don't get me wrong. He's a really good player, and I think he's going to do awesome. But that's the last thing you want to see is your opponent making a face after he just lit your ass up on the defense. And then that rollout play is just like, come on, man. There's contain, and then it's just like it's just hard to watch sometimes when you're a Bears fan and you're hoping that in the fourth quarter we're gonna get it, and you have that thing in the back of your head where you're like, is it really happening again? Are we really about to? Yeah, okay, yeah, there it is. It brings you back to that Washington game last year when we're winning and we worked our ass back into the game, and you saw that last play and you're like, wow, I really believe we're about, yeah, yep, just happened. So we just have to hope, pray, and, see everything through before we just throw the Bears in the trash. I like Ben Johnson. I like his excitement for the team. I like his enthusiasm. I like his aggressiveness. I like his style. And you have to give him at least a whole season before you even talk about, all right, what's next? And all of this Tyson Bagent stuff. Come on, bro. When everybody was, even the news guys are now saying, I think I heard Gruden say, yeah, Caleb, his accuracy isn't really there. And all, I'm like, bro, when he was coming out for the draft, everybody was all over his freaking glizzy, like, oh, choking, like, oh, he's a generational talent. Ryan Poles cannot pass on him. They even got me. I'm like, bro, like, there's no way you can pass now. All of a sudden, oh, his accuracy was never there, and he's dyslexic, and it's frustrating. So, and then when it happens to your city, it's like, all right, bro, it's one game. He would be the freaking messiah if they won that game. So it's just like, whatever. I don't listen to this. I don't pay attention. I'm just looking forward to Detroit. Get there, do what we're supposed to do, because everybody's going to have us as underdogs. Yes, I'm putting money on the Bears +3, but to make sure that I'm not going nowhere. Last year, I was, tepid. Now I think with my videos, it shows that Caleb's the guy, Ben's the guy. We just have to get our running game up to par. We have to get our linemen not jumping off sides, not holding. Just have to get cohesive. That's all. That's all it takes. I'm positive that we're going to do it. Now, Caleb overall, Caleb's my quarterback. I don't want to go all deep and crazy into this. He's my guy, you know. He wore his Urlacher jersey, probably would have picked maybe a Brady. I'm superstitious like that. But come in, get some dump off passes. He had a really good game if you think about it. He threw 31, 35 passes. I think he completed like 21, 22 passes. So, I mean, what do you want? You want who do you want back? What do you want? I'm happy. We got the guy that we wanted. We got a haul back with him, and I'm gonna, stand by your team, bro. Like, the fuck. Now, I'm gonna get into some fantasy football stuff. Not really the league, just what's fantasy football etiquette to you guys, right? I got this guy. He's in our league. He's the champion somehow. And when a team has like a certain amount of players, I'm sure you'd like double check it. Like in a fantasy league, which is 16 players, I don't see a lot of guys having 3 quarterbacks, especially 3 elite quarterbacks. Yes, by all means, he drafted the right people, made the right moves, and things happen. I'm actually fine with Cato, but I feel like when you're in a large money league, there should be some semblance of decorum and class to communicate certain things if you want to trade or if you don't, not ghosting people or not saying anything. Can you guys tell I'm pissed? I'm not pissed. It's just like, bro, if you're gonna be in a league with a lot of money, this ain't no $20 rinky dink league. The winner wins 2K, you know, talking thousands of dollars, not millions or quadrillions, but it's just like, bro, are you really a fantasy football player? Like, are you scared? Are you gonna hold? You're gonna hold three quarterbacks all season? I doubt it. So it's just like, if you don't want to give it to me, I'm fine with that. I can move on. But I just feel like there should be etiquette in any money type league, especially a large money league. What do you guys think? It's something that I've never understood. But bums win for the first time in their whole career, and then they get big. My son just whooped his ass. It ain't my fault. Take it out on my son. That's because he whooped you. Don't be mad at me. I just want to work out a deal, buddy. You know, I don't get that, and then I got a text I could show you guys where it said it's your son's fault that I'm not going to make a deal. Yeah, I'm going to post it. Here you go. Yeah, you got to produce receipts so you don't seem like a certain person. But, have some etiquette, have some class. It's week one. Everybody's jumping the gun and going crazy, whether it's Bears fans jumping off the ship, bums that call themselves a champ that can't, wheel and deal. Fantasy is won by the manager, definitely not the players, as you saw. So, what do you guys think of that? Just interesting. UFC, we got Noche coming up. Diego Lopez is fighting my boy. Gosh, and he is my guy. I'm gonna have to look it up because I don't care. I'm a cheat sheet guy. All right. And this is coming up the same night as Canelo. He is fighting Jan Silva, who I think this is his third time fighting this year. He's with the Fighting Nerds, and this card is going to be really good. It's this Saturday. It's really literally competing with really, I think it'll probably end like right before Canelo Crawford, which is good. The main event is Diego Lopez and John Silva. Diego Lopez just lost to Volk for the belt. So he's coming off a pretty big fight of his career. I'm interested to see how this one goes. I think Silva is on a streak and a roll, and he is going to kill it. There's a lot of other good fights on this card as well. How does Kelvin Gastelum keep getting fights? I don't know. But he's in there. I feel like Alexander Hernandez just fought. I think he just beat what is the guy's name? Let me see. Yeah, he just beat Chase Hooper last month, not even a month ago. But that's how Dana is. If you kill it and you ready to fight, he wants to put you in there. But yeah, it's not the Noche like last year with in that sphere, but it's gonna be a really good one. I love the UFC. I like and the reason I'm bringing up UFC because Dana has a co-promotion with the big fight coming up with Canelo Alvarez, and wow, what is wrong with my brain today? Holy, that's some scary shit, bro. I'm getting old, bro. Terrence Crawford. Oh my God, bro. I'm jumping everywhere. But yeah. The only thing with Crawford is I have a bet up with him, a futures bet, where I had Ilya Taporia in it as well. But Canelo is a different animal, right? I'm thinking Crawford in his weight classes, but I keep forgetting that Crawford is a smaller guy. Yes, he's coming up, but he's jumped in two weight classes to go to the dude. Like, say what you want about Canelo, fucking YouTubers. I love how Canelo talk. I'm sorry, my family will tell you, like, I will, like, fucking with Canelo. Come on, guys. Let's go. Fucking YouTubers. I only fight real fighters. But anyway, I think if Crawford fights his fight, stays away, do not take any punches from Canelo, he has a chance. I want him to win, but Canelo is a different breed of animal. And I think he needs to come out and stick and move. Because this fight is the epitome of what you want, right? He doesn't duck. Neither one of these guys duck. You say what you want about Canelo, he's not ducking this fight. It's a fight that everybody wants, at least right now. Canelo does still, in my opinion, should be giving Benavidez a shot. But right now, if you're talking money, if you're talking box office, Canelo Crawford is the way to go, and they're doing it on Netflix. So I am extremely interested to see how this fight goes. What do y'all think? I think that if Crawford wins, it is not going to be for the faint of heart because there's going to be a lot of boxing, right? He has to really stick and move in and out and try to, push for a decision. Canelo does have the power. We've never seen, I don't think either one of these gentlemen has been put down. So I'm sure that's going to be a crazy amount of odds if you're on the betting side, because that's a big one, because you have not seen neither one of these guys get knocked down. So I am going to be right on the couch with my popcorn, a big box of it with some butter, watching Canelo. And then I'm going to be watching UFC, and then I'm going to be watching football. It's just like the art of gambling smartly, responsibly, is like a different feeling. And then the feeling that you have where now my wife has a fantasy team, so she already loves UFC and watches with me. Now I can have her watch football with me, and her team is like really good. She whooped my guy Chris Bibbs barbecue, whooped his ass. I don't feel bad because I was in his league and his wife whooped my ass. We're even, pal. So no, it's just a fun thing and a fun atmosphere when you can have like time with your wife and your family, and she's not like, oh, he's watching boxing, and she loves Canelo, bro. She loves Canelo. So that's her guy. Fucking Canelo. She's gonna watch UFC. And she has Josh Allen as her freaking quarterback. It's just like, bro, what? But no, like I was saying, it's really fun for you and your spouse to be able to, it's fun. Like, oh, I actually want to sit with my wife and do that. A lot of guys like, get out of here. But that's fun for me. Get some food, watch all of that. What do you guys have? Like, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of Canelo comments. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of Crawford comments. But if Crawford cannot use his speed, it's over. Everybody says Canelo's flat-footed. Yeah, because he take the flat foot of stone and break ribs, bro. But we'll see what happens. These two guys are gonna, put on a show this weekend. It's gonna be a great weekend of sports. I hope you guys enjoy just sitting here listening to me run my mouth about sports. I've been doing this for now 25 years. When Mr. Earl Christie said, Dion, you want to go to the Chicago Bulls game with me? I said, absolutely, sir. And ever since then, I have been blessed to have this podcast and this show. I've, done a lot, and if you know me, you know how I am about sports and, what I've done and how blessed I am and how much I appreciate everything that I have. So, a new season. Hope you guys watch, love it, leave comments, um, drop anything you want to talk about, and we'll go from there. But it's going to be every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time. Hope you guys join in and love it. We'll see you next week. EC Sports.